What's up guys, welcome back to yet another interesting video. So you guys must be aware that OnePlus have recently rolled out OxygenOS 13 stable build for OnePlus 10 Pro, and even OnePlus 9 and 9 Pro have received their first OxygenOS Open Beta 13. So in this video, we'll do a side-by-side comparison with OxygenOS 12.1 with that of OxygenOS 13. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. So here you can see we have two phones. Towards the left hand side, this is my OnePlus 8 which is running on the stable build of OxygenOS 12.1, and towards the right hand side we have OnePlus 10 Pro which is running on the OxygenOS 13 stable build. So these are the software information. If you guys want to take a look at, then here you can see both are running stable build. And guys, before talking about all the changes, let's keep a like target of 500 likes on this video. We still have 82% of users who haven't subscribed to our channel. So if you guys find our videos helpful to you, do consider subscribing and also press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video. So first let's talk about the home screen itself. There are not much of changes because even OxygenOS 12.1 was based on ColorOS code base, and even 13 is based on ColorOS code base. So if you long press on the home screen, first change what you'll see is now we have an additional add icon towards the left side on 13, which gives you access to add few additional widgets which you can't do it from this widget section. So for example, let me show you. If you tap on clock, so here you can see we have one is world clock and the second one is regional. So this is one change what you'll find on 13. And another change what you'll notice, whenever you long press on any widget, now the remove tab is more into horizontal manner instead of that squarish one. And if you tap on remove, we get to see the similar stuff. And one thing which you'll notice on Android 13 aka OxygenOS 13, entire UI have bold fonts. So we'll talk about the fonts also in the later part of the video. So let's remove this. And another advantage what we get to see on 13 is whenever you long press on an application, if that application supports widgets, then soon you long press, you'll get the option to add widgets directly by long pressing on the APK or the application. But that wasn't the case on OxygenOS 12.1. So quite a helpful feature. And another change what you'll see when you long press on the application, you can see now we don't get to see text on 13. We just get to see the icons, for example app info icon and remove icon. But on 12 or 12.1 we had the text also present. On 12 you can see if you have any folder with applications, maximum you can only see 4 applications icons in that particular folder. But here if you see, we have the 9 application icons present in the same size folder. And another thing what OnePlus have added with 13 is the feature of enlarge folders. So if you have multiple applications, you can just long press on that folder, tap on enlarge folder, and from here you can directly access the applications without even going inside that particular folder. If you don't want that feature, you can shrink it. But there was no such feature on 12.1. Another new add-on what you'll see on 13 is the sidebar, which isn't present on 12.1, and it's quite a useful feature. From here you can directly open applications in floating windows. There are a lot of things which you can do with the help of this sidebar. For example, if you are playing any video or if you have opened any application in the background which consists of video, this will give you an option of background streaming. And using this feature, you can play the music of that particular video in the background. It's quite useful for users who doesn't have premium membership of YouTube. Talking about recents panel, so here we don't get to see much of difference. Slight changes can be seen in the app icons. And after that, one change which you'll notice, for example, if you have any application running in the background which consists of some important information or anything related to your privacy, that application can be hidden. So here you can see we have opened Google Pay on my OnePlus 10 Pro running OxygenOS 13, and the same application is opened here also. Here we get to see the app icon, but here you can see the app is hidden, which also says app content hidden. You do get the option to show content, but that's not present on 12.1. Also, directly from the recents page, you can open the applications in floating windows. And when we talk about split screen, here also you'll find bit of changes. For example, you can just drag the application. While dragging the application, here you can see the top application size decreases slowly, but that's not the case on 12.1. It overlaps the app which is present on the top. And from here itself, you can directly open the application in floating windows too. On 13, we do get to see the text which says swap sides, but here we only have the icons on 12.1. And the animations are also bit changed. On 13, we do have bit smoother animations while swapping the applications. And if you directly open the split screen applications in the recents page, this is how it looks on 13, and on 12 this is how it looks. On 13, both the applications do appear in the single recent page. Now let's dive in the launcher setting. So you can see the settings layout is kind of similar. We have same stuff like transitions, layout, widgets, icons, etc. Talking about wallpapers, so here slight UI changes have been done with the top section, wherein the size is a little bit bigger compared to previous one. And on 13, now we do have an additional live wallpaper. It's a quite useful wallpaper and it works by collecting your digital well-being data. Feature video we have already done, guys. If you guys want to check out, I'll leave them in the description below. And for static, we do get extra wallpapers compared to 12.1. Going to the icon section, so here there's another major change what most users have been requesting on OxygenOS since a long time, and that's themed icon. So here you can see we have an option called match wallpaper color, though it's still in beta and doesn't support all the applications, and it looks quite weird if you use it on your device. So this feature isn't present on 12.1, though Google introduced themed icon and wallpaper based theming on Android 12 long back. So I basically don't use this feature on my device. Then we have this aquamorphic icons on 13, which wasn't present on 12. Other two options are similar, which is material style and pebble. Now going to widgets, so as always we have similar widgets here which you can find it. So there are no new widgets added. Depending on the applications you can find all the widgets here. After that, going to layout, same grid size we have, though the grid size for app drawer we only get 4 application support in horizontal manner, and many users have been complaining about that stuff. After that, we have the transition tab where we have similar transition on both these OS. Now going to more, so here you'll see some minor changes. For example, the subsetting text appears in blue color, but on 12.1 that was in gray color itself. And now if you see the pop-up here, the pop-up directly pops out from the place where you tap. So here you can see if I tap towards the right hand side, the pop-up appears from the right side. If I tap in the center, it appears from the center. But here if you tap, the pop-up appears from the bottom side, which entirely covers the bottom of the screen. But here that's not the case. And now towards the bottom, we do get different options. Previously it was system navigation and always on, but now here we get to see system navigation and simple mode. Talking about the lock screen, so here you can see better segregation of notifications on 13 compared to 12 or 12.1. We do get different sections for every notification and the applications. And also you can see if I tap on this lock screen, it says swipe to unlock, but that thing doesn't appear on 12 or 12.1. Also slight changes can be seen in the shortcuts present on lock screen. On 13 they do appear in this circular background which is kind of grayish and gives a good separation. If you see the clock on lock screen, so here as I said earlier, the font is bit thicker on 13 compared to 12.1 or 12, and we are using the same font on both these phones. Also slight changes you can see in the date and month. On 13, date appears towards the left side followed by month, but here month appears first followed by date. And now talking about the always on display, so this is again exactly similar, not much of difference. The difference what you guys gonna see, on 13 fonts are bit thinner compared to 12.1. And also if you see the battery percentage or the battery bar, that is in horizontal manner, and here it's in vertical way. Rest other thing remains same. Now let's also take a look at the shelf feature. So shelf is completely redesigned on 13, and we also have different gestures now. On 12.1 we had the gesture to swipe from the right top corner, and on 13 you can make the changes. For example, if you swipe from the center of the screen, this shelf will pop up. And here you can see a huge difference in the shelf section of both these phones. Both of them do have the global search feature. And as I told you earlier, we do have bit extra widgets which can be added on OnePlus shelf. And I also like the icon shape here. You can see the edges are more rounded now compared to 12.1. Moving on to quick setting tiles. So here you'll see a lot of difference in the quick setting page. On 13 we do have these horizontal tiles. By default these are set to Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, but these can be easily changed. We also have the support of media playback in the quick setting tiles itself, and you'll also notice a major change in the brightness slider. Brightness slider is way thicker compared to the slider present on 12.1. Also here if you see the clock and quick setting tiles, day and date appears towards the bottom side, but on 12.1 it used to appear towards the right hand side. And another UI change what you guys gonna notice on 12.1 and 13, and that's related to the background of quick setting tiles. So the background wasn't transparent on 12.1, but here on 13 we do get little bit of transparency. And once you swipe down, the entire screen is being covered with the quick setting panel. If you swipe half, that will also show you the notifications, but if you swipe full, the entire screen will be covered with quick setting panel, but that's not the case on 12.1. And also if you take a look at the notification panel, there also you can see we do have a better separation between the notification and the background. The background is bit grayish and the notification appears in white color. To clear the notifications, here we get a cross icon, but here we have the options of manage and clear all. And another good thing on 13, you can use the entire screen to check out the notifications, but here if you slide up, you can see the notification panel goes beneath the quick setting panel, but here on 13 it goes above the quick setting panel, and the quick setting panel slowly gets diluted. And if you see the status bar on both these devices, so text on status bar is now smaller compared to text present on 12.1. There are changes done in the icons, for example Wi-Fi icon, signal icon, battery bar and other stuff. And one thing which I personally liked about OxygenOS 13 is the animations what we get to see here. So for the animations, what I'll do is I'll change the display refresh rate to 60 Hz because my OnePlus 10 Pro supports 120 and my OnePlus 8 only supports 90 Hz maximum. So let's change it to 60 Hz on both these phones. And now let me show you the animations on both these OS. Swiping the settings page, that setting page slowly goes towards the bottom side and gets dissolved. But on 13, if you swipe, it goes towards the top side. And you'll have an animation difference here on 13. For example, if you open any application which is present on the home screen, that will slowly goes towards the bottom side. So here you can see, and it goes towards the app which is present. And this was the same case on 12 also. But if you open any application which is present in the app drawer, or if you are in the settings page, that application will have a different animation. So now let's see the different animation, because I have opened the Instagram application. This isn't present on the home screen. So here you can see the animations now. And you guys let us know which OS have better animation. In app drawer, you won't find any kind of changes. Everything remains same with that 4 applications in horizontal manner in the app drawer. So that haven't been changed yet with OxygenOS 13 also. Moving to settings, so here you will see a major redesign in the settings page, where you can also see the app icons are now colorful instead of that transparent icons. So this is something which I really liked in the settings page of Android 13 aka OxygenOS 13. Now let's see the customization options on both these OS. So on OxygenOS 12 we had this section called Personalization, and on 13 it's wallpaper and styles. So slight UI changes are there. On 13 we do get to see 5 previews instead of those 4 present here on 12.1. First let me show you the fonts, guys. So here if you take a look at the fonts, both are same fonts, which is Roboto, and we haven't changed any size also. But if you see the font thickness, the thickness on 13 is more compared to 12.1, and guys, this makes really easy to read content on the screen. Other than that, we have OnePlus sans. Here we have one sans followed by OnePlus sans. Most users had been waiting for this feature called wallpaper color picking, so that have been finally added on 13. But on 12 we had some limited colors options, but there was an option to set custom colors too. But here now you can use this feature to select the color from the wallpaper, and depending on your selection, the accent color of your device will be changed. So if you apply, and here you can see the colors getting changed. After that, always on display also brings some additional feature. One of them is this contextual info, which can give you a lot of informations like your music playback can be seen on AOD. Here by default Spotify application is supported. Later we have other options under contextual info which says trip and food deliveries, so you can get some important information on your AOD itself. Other than that, we have same stuff, Canvas AOD, Bitmoji, And one new feature what you'll see on 13 is the support of emoji. After that, one additional system provided clock style we have, which gives you few information about the global warming and other stuff, and such things are always welcome. Other than that, we have similar stuff under digital clock, analog clock and text clock. Fingerprint icon depends on device to device. Horizon light have been renamed to edge lightning on OxygenOS 13. Coming to haptic feedback, so guys, with no doubt haptic feedback is too good on OxygenOS 13 compared to OxygenOS 12.1. Though OnePlus 10 Pro comes with this haptic feedback stuff, and that makes haptic feedback more richer. Now we do have the advanced version of Dolby Atmos, which also supports spatial audio on OxygenOS 13. I'm not sure whether it will be limited to some particular devices or will get the support on all the devices running OxygenOS 13. Slight changes have also been done under notification and status bar. On 13 we do get to see the preview of app icon badges, but here we have the additional option beneath these two previews. Notification icon types, we have similar stuff. Under battery, now we have the support of horizontal battery bar on 13, which wasn't present on 12.1. If you go to privacy section, we have one additional stuff on OxygenOS 13, which is system cloner. So here you can create a different system if two people are using the same phone. This wasn't present on 12.1. Here we have the similar stuff like app icon, hide applications and private save. Moving on to the battery section, so this is also completely redesigned. On 12.1 we had this thicker battery bar. Now on 13 they have reduced the size. To check out the battery usage by apps, on 13 we have a complete different section where you can see towards the left side we have battery usage and the use time. But here you need to tap on this battery usage to get these two options. Stuff like optimized charging at night is present. We do have the support of high performance mode on both these OS. If you go to special features, here you can see there are few additional features which OnePlus have added on OxygenOS 13. One of them is kid space, so you can create a different space if you have kids at your home. We have the updated version of work-life balance. Then we have this simple mode which will enlarge the text and app icon. We also have a completely redesigned UI of about section. RAM expansion feature is present on almost every device of OnePlus which are already updated to OxygenOS 12.1. If you see the power menu, now power menu also have been redesigned on OxygenOS 13. This is how it looks on new OS and this is how it used to be on 12.1. Charging animation also you will see a difference, but that also depends on device to device. And now at last let's talk about the OnePlus stock applications. So first we'll start with the calculator. So this is how it looks. This is also completely redesigned now, wherein numbers do have a circular background. Calculator text have been removed from the application present on 13. Also talking about the gallery, so gallery layout is kind of similar, not much of difference I've seen. We have three sections towards the bottom side. One is photos, album and explore. But the stories tab, or you can say memories tab, have been removed from the newer build which are based on OxygenOS 13. And there's also an option in the settings which is related to privacy. So let me show you. If you scroll down under privacy protection, you have a feature called remove location and other stuff from photos or videos. So it's a quite useful feature if you share a lot of images with your friends. There's another feature under the gallery which is auto pixelate. Pixelate feature was present on previous builds of OxygenOS 12, but now we have an additional option which says auto pixelate. So if you have any conversation screenshot, tapping on auto will completely remove the user profile and the username from the screenshot. On 13 we do have a search feature in the gallery application, but here I couldn't find the search feature. There's another major change what you'll notice, that's under clock. So here we do have a new updated clock. So this is how it looks. So let me show you again. The animations are super smooth and I like the animations which you get to see here on world clock and stopwatch. The layout seems to be similar. Tapping on settings, we do get option to change the buttons or gesture to stop alarm clock. Notes application have also been redesigned. There are few UI changes which have been done and which you can see on the screen also. Rest other thing remains exactly same. And at last, this is the UI changes done in the recorder application. We do get some options like standard recording, meeting or interview. So for example, if you are in a meeting, you can select the second option which will make voice sound louder. And if you are in any interview, you can use the third option which will help you cancel a lot of noise. So guys, these are all the changes between OxygenOS 12.1 with that of OxygenOS 13. If I have missed out anything, though I haven't covered much of features because features video we have already done. I'll leave all the OxygenOS 13 videos in the description below. Make sure to check them out. So guys, as of now only this much in this video. I hope you guys gonna like the video. If you like the video, then do give me a thumbs up. Also, if you're new to our channel, then do not forget to subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.